What's the answer? Unleash the free market. Wisconsin has stupid mandates for insurance policies. Allow people to buy from a company out of state. Allow people to buy high deductible insurance. That's the best. Our president says, we're going to reduce co-pays. You shouldn't have to pay so much. And he gets tremendous applause for that. But the opposite is true. Co-pays should be higher. You should have some skin in the game. It changes people's behavior. We should have more HSAs, health savings accounts. They're growing pretty fast. 8 million people have them now, but there are all kinds of restrictions on them for the silly politicians. They are the best because they change your behavior in so many ways. As a result, many of you obviously know what they are. For those of you who don't, it means that you have high deductible insurance, maybe from your employer. Covers the big stuff. But for the first $4,000 you pay off of the employer to help, you will just give you $3,000. If you don't spend it this year, it rolls over until next year. You got $6,000. You can spend it on what you want. Dentistry, acupuncture, anything you want. And the customers I talk to who do this say, you know, it's really different. I go to my doctor and I say, gee, doc, does that really have to cost $300? Because I pay for it myself and it's a lot of money. And the doctor says, you pay for it yourself? I mean, like, now you would pay for it? Yeah, I have the cashier. The doctor says, oh, okay, well, $150. And they don't know what to do with the money. They haven't had a cash box in a doctor's office for 50 years. So they don't know where to put it. And instead of being told you need an MRI, you just go get one and it costs $3,000. That's what I do in New York. You start asking, well, do I really need the MRI? And you ask around, and people are saving tens, thousands and thousands of dollars. The market does work if we just let it work. Now, I reported recently on Canada. They have a single-payer system, which is the wish of the left, and it sounds good. It's like we're little children who want mommy and daddy to take care of us. Well, the government, in some eyes, is mommy and daddy, and it erases all the fear about not having money for health care. They will take care of us. And most Canadians like their system when they're asked to vote. Of course, most Canadians are not sick at the time they're asked to vote. One reason they like their system is they get freeload off America's innovation when there's really a problem. But you've heard about the waiting lists. What you probably haven't heard is the towns where they have a lottery to see who gets a family doctor. We filmed one where the town clerk every month goes in and pulls 4 names out of the box and calls them up. Congratulations, you can see a doctor now. There is all this rationing when government takes over. It may not happen right away. It took 70 years for the Soviet Union to fail. But it will happen. Somebody's going to ration your care. Heckler talked about what he called private health insurance rationing. Well, that's rationing too. But I have more choice there. I can pick a private insurance company that covers the stuff I want it to. You can pick one that suits your taste. Or I can save my own money. And then I make the choice. I think that's one series of clinics in Canada where you got immediate care. They had the best diagnostic equipment, MRIs, PET scans, and no waiting. They were open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People loved the place. You could get in right away. Trouble is you had to be a dog or a cat. Veterinary care is still private in Canada. Capitalism works. This group is Americans for Prosperity. I have a show that's in high schools that asks, what made America prosperous? We ask the kids, and they say, well, we're prosperous because we're a new country, had lots of natural resources, and we're a democracy. And I could say, well, you know, India's a democracy. They have lots of natural resources and they're poor. And the kids say, well, they're overpopulated, that's why they're poor. And I point out, well, actually the population density of India is the same as that of New Jersey. New Jersey's doing okay. And they have far fewer people per square mile as Hong Kong. And Hong Kong has no natural resources and no democracy either. They were ruled by the British and the communist Chinese. And yet Hong Kong went from third world to first world in 50 years. They are a model for what makes a society prosperous. What did they have? No democracy, no resources, but they had economic freedom. The British rulers enforced rule of law. They kept people from hurting each other or stealing each other's stuff, but then they sat around and drank tea. They had limited government. They left free people alone, and they made themselves prosperous. Capitalism works. We take it for granted. It performs miracles all the time. We take it for granted that I can go to a foreign country, stick a piece of plastic in the wall, and cash will come out. I can give the same piece of plastic to a total stranger who doesn't even speak English, and he'll rent me a car for a week. And when I get home, Visa will have the accounting correct to the penny. I take it for granted. The government can't even count the votes accurately.